That's not what the word gospel means. If you look at that little handouts I gave you on the cover, it has a little picture on there. Well, what does it say there? The little newspaper image. Good news. Now, so the gospel actually just means good news. Do you know what the good news is? Do you know why the gospel is good news? Sean, do you have any idea why the gospel is good news and not bad news?
Yeah, because it always speaks good about because people love.
Yeah.
And how some church can change some people the way they believe in stuff.
Do you think the church changes people?
Some churches, not all of them. That is my opinion. Some churches. Because I always tell the people, the most important blessing in your life is to open your eyes in the morning. And a lot of people forget that. You see?
Sure.
Because they sign up and just enjoy their life to the fullest.
Sure.
But what is the biggest blessing in your life? Just to open your eyes.
Yeah.
And a lot of people forget that God giving that is the most important blessing.
Sure.
Of Him. Okay.
Now, I mean, it's very good that we be grateful. I agree. But I mean, the good news is good news because of something that is actually wrong in this world. I mean, if you guys have to think about what's wrong in this world today, so if you look at crime and poverty and death.
But for me, the most thing now at the moment is politics.
Yeah, but I mean, if you look at all those things in the world, what do you think is wrong with the world and all people? What do we all struggle with every day? It begins with the letter S, and it's a 3-letter word. Sin.
Sin is one of it.
Sin is something we all struggle with. Yeah. Whether you're black, whether you're white, whether you're rich or poor, we all struggle with sin. Wrong with the world. All of us are sinners. If you look at the whole world, everyone sins. No one can say they've never lied. No one can say they've never stolen anything. There's so many things that we do wrong on a daily basis. You look at our thought life. We have prideful thoughts. We have hatred towards people. So we all are guilty of sin, all of us. I know I am. I'm sure you can agree that. I'm sure if I said, have you ever lied before?
Of course.
Yeah. So we all stand guilty before God, because as you guys know, going to church, we know that God is a holy God. Okay. So and we fall miserably short of perfection. So the bad news is that all of us are sinners, and all of us stand under God's judgments. What the Bible is very clear that everyone is under the wrath of God. Because of our sin, we are separated from God, and we all stand guilty before God. And if we die today in our sin, the punishment God has reserved for sinners like you and me is eternity in hell. Now, remember, we get back to the good news. Remember, we mentioned the gospel. What is good news? The reason why the gospel is good news is because God sent His only Son, Jesus Christ, who is fully God, and He submitted to the Father and came to this earth 2,000 years ago. And again, you guys go to church. I'm sure you've heard about who Jesus Christ is. And so Jesus Christ lived the perfect life. And Jesus said that His purpose, His mission on earth was to seek and save the lost. So the reason why Jesus came to this earth was to save sinners like you and me. That Jesus Christ died for sinners. He was punished for our sin. God's wrath and anger was poured out on His precious Son, and He was the sinless Lamb, and He was slain because of sinners like you and me. Are you a practicing Muslim? Yeah. And as a Muslim, you know, are you confident one day that when you die you'll be in heaven one day as a Muslim? And based on what though?
A lot to see.
But I mean, you believe Allah is holy.
Yeah.
And so, and I'm sure, just like we've discussed today, you've also sinned as well in your life.
Yeah, I've sinned too much in my life.
You know, all of us have, you know. And so, I mean, if Allah had to look at your life right now and you had to die, you had to walk across the street tonight and you had to die, do you think Allah would let you into paradise based on your life?
I don't think so.
You don't think so? Wow.
I sinned too much in my life.
You've sinned too much. So doesn't that concern you?
It does concern me a lot.
Yeah, it should. I'm glad it does. A lot of people don't think about their eternity. They just go about their business every day, and they're like, you know what? I'm young. I'm just going to live my life. And so, what we've been chatting about, is really that Jesus Christ paid. I know you believe that Jesus was a prophet. I know you don't believe Jesus is God. Me and Marvin, we believe that Jesus is God, and that because God loved us so much, He came to rescue His people from sin, and that we can trust in what He has already done on the cross. So I would encourage you maybe to read that track, and if you ever have any questions or details on the back, you're more than welcome to contact us.